And so, we breach the sanctum of the ancients, the first footfalls in this tomb for centuries.
This place gives me the creeps. After you.
Hello and welcome to Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation, to begin my annual playthrough with the Swan Dive Challenge. This is the remastered version of Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation, but I'm playing with the old school 1999 graphics active. Hey there, Not Fry. Thank you very much for the welcome back. Welcome back to you too. Appreciate it. Welcome back to you as well, Barnes. Thank you so much. Welcome back to you too. Alright, so I'll pin that message to the top of Twitch chat. And there's the info for what the challenge entails. I'll go over that in a moment as well. And when we get to the first point where I'll use it.
Careful, all is not as it seems. Concealed traps and pitfalls await the unwary. You must stay close and follow my instruction. Good men have died for the information contained herein, and cruel men have bartered the information for their own ends. For this we must respect it. We will not deviate from its route, and you will not deviate from my instruction. This way. The first obstacle, a small hop to test your, how do you say, pluck. Press and hold walk. Now push forward. Come, come, child, do not fear. This is merely an appetizer for the perils ahead. Push forward and jump together.
Okay, so the challenge, the Swan Dive Challenge. If the platform Lara needs to reach is the same level or lower than the current one she's on, and it's a safe height or depth, she has to do a swan dive to clear it, whether from a standing position or running at it. Platforms the same level as Lara or lower than her that cannot be cleared with a swan dive can be handled normally. Platforms higher than Lara don't require a swan dive. So for this gap, if I go into photo mode, this gap can easily be made with a standing jump. The platforms are fairly level with each other. Now, in terms of like something lower than Lara, it doesn't have to be extremely lower, but if it's going to be so high that doing a swan dive means she breaks her neck, then obviously we can jump over a gap like that normally. But this is a gap that we'll be able to clear easily with a swan dive. There we go. And so Lara lands in a roll. Hey there, Senny. How's things going, Crooked? Hope things are going well, dude. So Tomb Raider 4 starts with a flashback to 1984. A 16-year-old Lara is accompanying Werner von Croy to Cambodia. They're looking for, well, he's looking for an iris artifact. You don't find out until the 5th game that it's actually a teleportation device. Oh, nice, Crooked. Glad to hear that you're going pretty good. That's awesome. That's great, dude. And my day was going well. I finished off Tomb Raider 3, so that was good. It was fun to do a challenge that wasn't really a challenge, but was just more sort of like, fun. But for the last revelation, I was like, right, I'll go back to doing a challenge, but I don't want to do one the exact same as the Leapfrog one, wherein every single jump has to be a swan dive. But I thought I would do a variation where basically it's only when clearing gaps. I don't have to constantly do a swan dive every step of the way. And if there's like a ledge that's higher, like obviously this ledge, this part here, is higher than this, but I don't have to do a swan dive for things like that. Um, if there's a gap and a height, that's when I have to do a swan dive.
Patience, child. Disrespect is a route to carelessness. Our route lays beyond the stream. This gap is wider, and the edges treacherous. First walk to the edge, then press forward and jump together. When you are in mid-air, press and hold action. You will grab the outcrop.
Okay, so we have a gap that is this wide, and Lara would be able to make a standing jump across that. And so Lara should be able to do a dive roll, swan dive to that ledge.
Ah, the pace is quickening now, yeah? One more crossing, child. Or do you wish to stop for tea?
Oh, I think I can just about hold it together. Wouldn't want to spill it on your nice suit, at any rate.
Of course, the actual dive and roll was ruined because the game wanted to have the character say that line of dialogue, but yeah.
This one calls for a run-up. I will go first.
Shit, I was holding down the look button. I didn't realize that when it would go into the actual dialogue scene that it would skip it by simply just holding the button down before it started. Because of course that would happen. Anyway, it doesn't really matter overall that we didn't get that dialogue. Crooked enemies when Lara Swan dives over their heads. Thank you very much for redeeming with your bits to enlarge that emote. That's so funny, Arthur looking up. It reminds me of that picture of Willem Dafoe. I don't know what movie it's from, but there's a similar kind of shot from an angle and a close-up like that. That's what that reminds me of. Thank you, Vegas, for the welcome back. Welcome back to you as well to another stream. Thank you. And thank you very much as well for this 10 stream streak. That is excellent. Thank you very much. Hello there, Saint. How's things going? Hope things are going well. Thank you for the follow, Clone Wolf. Crooked, that's the meme it's based on. Oh, nice. So that's where, yeah. No wonder why it reminded me of that. That's cool. That's a really good emote, Crooked, that you've got there. Saying, isn't that the Lighthouse film with Willem Dafoe? I mean, it could be. I actually haven't seen that one yet. But I'd like to, though. Because I like the Witch by the same director, Robert Eggers. Cheers, Clone Wolf. I hope things are going well. So this gap, we'll be able to make it with a run and jump and a swan dive as well. Or not. Okay, so that's an example where we can't actually make it by doing a swan dive. But that's okay. In those circumstances, we can just do a normal run and jump and grab.
A useful crack, rendered by the hand of time, invisible to the untrained eye.
You're a regular superhero, Werner.
Ah, yes, the Superman. Is enough comedy. Run to the wall. Now press forward and hold action to grab on. Now press right to shimmy across.
Hey there, Wicked. Hope things are going well. You think that was from Revenant? It could be, yeah. I don't know. I haven't actually seen the movie that the that picture of Willem Dafoe is from, to be honest. Like, it's in color. Like, The Lighthouse was a black and white movie, I think. That's great to hear, Clone Wolf, that you're going pretty good. Awesome. I'm going well myself. I finished off Tomb Raider 3 earlier. So I want to do a head start on Tomb Raider 4. It won't be like a long stream, but I want to get a few levels done at least.
This is a high fall. You should lower yourself down to be safe. Turn around to face away from the door. Now press back and hold action. Let go of action to fall to the floor.
So that's how you do it, Von Croy. Ah, I gotcha. That's what I've been doing wrong all these years. I got to press the action button when I'm jumping. Clone Wolf, Last Revelation is a great game. It really is. This is actually still my favorite Tomb Raider game. It's also the first one I ever played, and one of the first PlayStation 1 games I owned as well. We could just Googled Willem Dafoe Revenant. Oh, so Revenant. And that was the first picture. Glorious meme. Ah, so that's what that was. Yeah. Because I still haven't seen Revenant as well. There's a lot of movies that I needed to catch up on. Okay, so Von Croy told us about, doing a safety drop, but we're not going to be doing a safety drop. However, we're going to be doing a swan dive into the water there. Von Croy's like, Lara, what are you doing?
Your average priceless seaweed.
No prizes for you this time, Lara. Ah well, use forward and left and right to move across the surface until you reach the shore. Then press action to climb out. Look for a lever or pressure pad. There must be one close by. When you find it, use action to activate it. You will catch your death in those clothes, my dear. A quick sprint up that ladder will dry you out again.
Such concern. I never knew you cared.
Dear Lara, you are a valuable asset to the quest.
You are romantic, you.
Yes, quite.
More like Lara's parents have given Von Croy a large sum of money for Lara to accompany him on this expedition. Clone Wolf, Revenant is a must-see. It had a lot of sort of like focus when it first came out. Like I remember the release of it and everything, and people have told me that it's really good too as well. Saint peak memology, very much so, absolutely. Hey there, Ogorki. How's things today? Hey there, Schiller. I'm doing well, thank you, dude. I finished off Tomb Raider 3 earlier and took a break, although I think you might have been there. But yeah, I'm doing well, had a good break, and it's good to make a start on Tomb Raider 4. The next stream of this, after this one's done, won't be until Monday. But still, it's good to get a head start. Hey there, Max. I hope things are going well. You going okay, Ugorki? Oh, good. That's good to hear. Shilla, you were there, was working, couldn't really chat during your first stream. Totally understandable, Shilla, for sure. I hope that work has been going well.
Walk up to the ladder. Now press and hold action to climb up onto it. Keep this button pressed and use forward to climb to the top. There will be another lever up there. Pull it, then get back down here quickly. The quest is nearly at an end.
Okay, so Lara can't survive doing a dive onto the ground from this height, of course. But again, there's water in the distance, so let's see if we can make that jump. And I'm definitely going to be saving before doing these jumps. Bumped her head there as she jumped past, but not enough to make her drop. In the third Indiana Jones movie, The Last Crusade, the opening scene is a flashback to when Indiana Jones was a teenager and he comes across the cross of Coronado and he tries to steal it so he can then give it to a museum later. But the group of thugs that were actually sent to get the cross, one of which actually has the fedora and jacket that Indiana Jones himself later wears. Like the literal hat gets given to him. The jacket he probably finds later, but inspired by the guy. Anyway, in the tradition of that, this game does a similar thing, and Uncharted also does it too. In Indiana Jones, of course, it shows how he gets the scar on his chin, which is actually a scar that Harrison Ford has in real life. They incorporated it into his character's backstory in Last Crusade to show how he actually got the scar with the whip and his fear of snakes. How he got the fedora. In this game, with Lara, we see how she gets her backpack. And in Uncharted 4, in Uncharted 3, we see him first meeting Sully. But in Uncharted 4, we actually find out what his real last name actually was before he changed it. Yeah, same here, Clone Wolf. The Indiana Jones movies, some would say there's only 3. I think the first 3 are solid. The 4th one's okay. The 5th one's I'm not going to bother.
Swiftly across the vines now. Press jump, then hold down action. Now press forward to swing across. Don't let go of action or you will again be for the plunge.
Max, there's a 5th movie? In some alternate reality? No, bro. There's only 3? I think the other ones might have been a nightmare, maybe. Hey there now, bro. Hope things are going well. Nah, bro, it was a nightmare. You were trapped in a fridge. In a fake town. At a nuclear testing site. Yeah, the first three Indiana Jones movies, they're a solid trilogy. And if that's where the movies ended, and they never ever did any more, I definitely wouldn't complain about that being the end of the movies. I'm glad they made video games and stuff, of course. But they're different to a movie. You can get away with casting someone else in a video game situation. Speaking of Indiana Jones, here's a funny reference. This skeleton has a fedora in its hand and a whip in its other hand. Gee, I wonder who this could be referencing.
There is no mention of this in the texts. I fear this must be opened internally. We must enter through the grate and be wary of snares.
I presume by we, you refer to me.
Yeah. My heavier frame may activate traps. You will pass unnoticed.
How convenient.
And there we go. That's how Lara got her famous backpack. Stole it off a dead guy. But hey, he's not going to need it anymore. Why let a good backpack that's still in good condition go to waste? I really do like the music that plays there too. Sheila, how else are you supposed to get a backpack? Buying one? Don't be ridiculous. Just travel to another part of the world and go into a tomb that has a trap that could kill you and yeah. One of my favorite quotes in this game that actually gets uttered twice is coming up.
Ah, a backpack. Let us hope it does not hold the same luck for you as its previous owner.
I make my own luck, Werner. What now?
I make my own luck. Lara says it better though.
Now it begins. The eyes of the ancients are upon us, and their vengeance is wrathful. We must move quickly. When running, press and hold sprint to gain extra speed. Dive through the gap! Dive through the gap! Press jump to perform a diving roll.
Wicked, so Lara and Shay are somewhat related. Gotcha. The
Garden of the Five Towers. To the right, the path of the heretical. To the left is the route of the virtuous.
You know me, Verna. A regular virtuoso.
Now it becomes interesting, yeah? You see now it is not for the weak of heart. How do you hold up, girl?
Oh, I think I could get used to this.
Push forward. Now press and hold action. When you are hanging from the ledge, hold down crawl to squeeze into the gap. Swing across to the alcove. Jump from the ledge, then hold down action to grab the vine. To release, let go of action.
Okay, so obviously Lara can't do a run and jump and a dive roll and actually land on the opposite side. Would just land into the water.
And now for the last. You are an exemplary student, Lara, although you have not yet learned the root of all adventuring, the craving to win, at whatever cost. I throw down the gauntlet to you, my child. Whoever is first to the iris claims the prize.
Watch your back, old man. I warn you, I'll pull no punches.
I expected no less. On the count of 3. 1, 2...
Okay, so there's no way Lara can do a swan dive across that gap. And not all things that are higher than Lara will allow her to actually do a dive roll upwards to it as well.
And so the pupil excels the master. I congratulate you on your agility. Take your prize from the plinth. You have earned it.
In the time it took you to find your way here, I've examined the inscriptions. It warns of vengeance on those who remove it.
Ah, ancient hocus-pocus. Forget this nonsense and come over here.
I don't count poisoned darts and triggered entombment, your average Charles Tea Party. I feel we should lend this some respect.
Ah, and you are the world-famous archaeologist adventurer Lara Croft, yeah? No, I am the renowned archaeologist adventurer Werner von Croy, and you will do as I say. Go to the wall and pull the lever.
What was it you said? Disrespect is the route to carelessness?
I am weary of this. Pull the lever now, Miss Croft.
On your head be it, Von Croy.
Have faith in experience, child, and you will learn more than simple...
You were saying?
My leg! My leg! I am trapped! My leg is trapped! Help me, Lara! Help me!
Hold on! I'm coming back to get you!
I like how he was moving Lara in the cutscene. And the way that the music was, it looked very funny with Lara just gliding along. Never seen that happen before. Hey there, Livy. I'm doing well, thank you. Things are going good. How about yourself? Hey, Lucinda, good morning. Welcome to you as well. How are the Tomb Raider games going? You watched a little bit last night before bed, but didn't have time to chat. Oh, that's totally fair. Yeah, no, it went well. I finished off Tomb Raider 3, and it was fun to do a playthrough where there was no challenge or no pressure, to do something. So that was good. And with this challenge, it's not going to be overly difficult. It's not like the leapfrog where I have to do a dive for every single movement. It's only when actually jumping across stuff or jumping across and down to things. But yeah, it's going well. We just did the flashback, which also acts as the tutorial in this game. In the previous ones to this one, if you wanted to do the tutorial, you had to actually access Lara's mansion, and that's what your tutorial would include, being able to explore her mansion and learn the mechanics. But in this game, they just decided to get rid of that and use the prologue flashback as the way to let returning players know about new stuff, but also people who might not have played the games before this one, like I was back in the day. Hadn't played the other ones yet before playing this one. How's your morning going, Lucinda? I hope things are going well. Cheers, Levy. Thank you. Yeah, and I had a break after finishing Tomb Raider 3 as well. Levy, you finally finished with all the onboardings in the morning, meaning no more never-ending meetings. And next week is your last week at the workplace, which you're happy about. Very nice. That is really good, Levy. That'd be a big relief getting to that point. Lucinda, that's a smart way to do it. If you put a tutorial in an area that you have to know to go to, that adds a barrier to learning. That is true, you know, and it's so funny because it's still the time where the character in the world is mentioning things like press action and press this. It's like, gee, I didn't know that they knew that there were characters in a video game. Levy, you saw, had me up in the background. Oh, nice, Levy. Well, thank you very much for the lurking. Listen, your morning is going all right. You had a good day yesterday, was in a good headspace. You did your self-review at work, and you're waiting on your manager review. He has until the end of August to do it, though. Oh, damn. Hopefully you don't have to wait until the actual final day of August. Like, hopefully they won't take that long to actually get it done. Because that'd be annoying, having to wait a really long time for the manager review to come through. Alright, so we take both eye pieces, put them together to get the Eye of Horus. Levy, those blades, oh yeah. Definitely don't want to be running into those traps, that's for sure. Lucinda, well, in all fairness, you completed your review the first day it became available to you since you were in a good headspace yesterday. You wanted to do your self-review then and not when you're grumpy. They give you access to it an entire month before the cutoff time. You were just really fast. I mean, that is good, though, that they don't say, hey, you have to make sure you don't do it in one sitting, that you spread it out. And it's a good idea to do that when you're in the right headspace for it as well. Sometimes the game won't allow Lara to do the full swan dive, especially if the headroom is sort of like too close to the top. And sometimes you can't make the gap. An example of a swan dive that will end in death. Oh my fucking god. There we go. Hey there, Octavius. Hello to you too. Hope things are going well. There we go, finally made it doing the swan dives across. That is good to hear, Octavius. I'm glad that you're going okay. As for me, I'm doing well. I finished off Tomb Raider 3 earlier. Had 8 levels left after yesterday's stream of it. So finished that off and had a 2-hour break. And making a start on Tomb Raider 4 today. Decided to do a Swan Dive Challenge. Not every gap I can do it across because I won't actually make the jump. Hey there, Neo. Hope things are going well. Your favorite Tomb Raider? Same here as well. Yeah, this was the very first one in the series I ever played. Plus, it was also one of the first PlayStation 1 games I owned when I first got the system. I was late to getting a PS1. It had been out for about 3 years before I got one. Octavius, you're 10 achievements away from perfecting Unity, and you're thinking of beginning Syndicate. Maybe give it a shot for Liberation to see if they fix the driver's issues. That's really cool that you've only got 10 achievements left to get. What are some of them? Like, what do you think's probably the one that will take the most? Octavius, you have left the DLC and some missions. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the DLC for Unity, Dead Kings. That's a really good one. I like that one. Octavius, do you like the action in games or the puzzles as well? Um, the only puzzle in Dead Kings that I find annoying is the one where you have the 4 things you need to step on, the 4 plates, and you need to figure out what the order is. To this day, I still haven't actually figured out the working out of what the order is. Like, what is the logic behind what you need to do? It's not entirely clear. Oh, I see what you mean, Octavius. You mean in general, games that have like puzzle and action and that. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some puzzles in general that I don't like. Um, I do prefer environmental puzzles. Not really a fan of mathematical puzzles. Some logic puzzles, then again, it depends on the game. Like point and click adventure games, the logic is if you want to open a door, you don't get a lockpick, you get a toothpick and then you get a balloon. And what you do is you put the toothpick in the lock and then you put the balloon in the lock. And then what you do is you get a pipe bomb and then you put the pipe bomb in the balloon and then you take the water bottle that you found and you pour the water on it. And then what you do is you have to do a handstand in the corner and spin around. And then after that, to open the door, you then need to blow on it. And then boom, that's how you open a door that's locked instead of getting a lockpick and just using that on it. Like those sorts of puzzles, sometimes they can be a bit difficult because it's like, it's not entirely obvious what items you need or which ones need to actually be combined in order to achieve what you need to. Hey there, Dex. Thank you very much for the 110 watch streak. That is awesome. Thank you very much, dude. Good day to you as well. I'm doing good, Dex. I finished off Tomb Raider 3 earlier, so that was good. Now on to Tomb Raider 4. Gonna do a few hours and get a head start on the playthrough. It's always good to do that, especially when there's going to be quite a few days before the next stream. How's things going with you? Octavius, like Talos or Plague? Yeah, like the environmental puzzles in A Plague Tale. I like those kinds. Memory puzzles aren't that bad. But, I mean, you can just basically type it out or write it down. Dex, you're a little sleepier than normal, but you're doing well. Oh, that's fair enough, Dex. I really hope, though, you get some good sleep the next time you go and get some rest. Hopefully, you won't be as sleepy, next time. But I'm glad to hear that you're doing well otherwise. That was lucky. Almost died again. Okay, so I can't get out of that now. Alright, fair enough. Accidentally held on to the jump button a bit too long after I needed to. Definitely can't survive a swan dive there. Putting the die in dive.
I, Semaket, High Priest of Horus, forewarned that he
who removes the amulet shall have released Set. He who walked abroad with the jackals at the dawn of man shall once again violate the earth. Set, ruler of evil, will again be free at the turn of the distant millennia. At his heel, plagues and locusts.
Harvests fail under the broken skies. My trusty companion returns.
The amulet, woman!
Once called forth, shall the heavens split asunder, and the light of the sun, god Horus, banish the Lord of Darkness, Set. I wouldn't advise it.
Thank you, Ogorki, for clipping that moment. Thank you. Who's the stiff? So that was Set being put into the sarcophagus, the lid on the inside of which the lid had spikes, and then the blood from him was running through, and then they covered it up, and then they put the Eye of Horus on the top, which is what Lara has taken. So essentially, Lara has unleashed Set. Fuck you, game. Lara's getting shot and is probably dead by the time this little thing gets shown. Oh. They like to give enemies an unfair advantage in this game. Or these games, I should say. They can shoot through some walls. They can shoot at you from an angle that your angle up to them and line of sight matches, but they get the advantage and can shoot you and you can't shoot them. Plus, when you're underwater and you're getting out of water, they can get 50 shots on you before you even get out of the water to be able to retaliate. You can shoot when you're underwater with the harpoon gun, but you can't shoot at enemies above water or on the surface while inside water yourself. You can only shoot enemies that are also in water while you're in water. Such a great piece of music, Levy. Proper rave. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. It's short and simple, but it's very effective. Lucinda, okay, right, it's time for you to head off to work. Hope you have a great rest of your stream. Thank you very much. I definitely will, for sure. I hope that things go well. Would definitely like to recommend people check out Lucinda's channel, doing a playthrough for the first time of the remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Also a big fan of the Resident Evil franchise, as well as the Last of Us games. Also Dying Light, as well as Dead Island and the Dishonored series, to name a few. Really cool streamer. Also has some really cool raccoon-themed emotes as well. No problem at all for the shout-out, Lucinda. That's all good. I hope that work goes well. Yeah, Code, definitely a jam. It really is. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Wasted a large health kit. Can't have that.
Fools! The Croft woman has outsmarted you, yeah? And now she escapes. The amulet, Herr von Croy. It talks of the priest, Semerket. Semerket.
Mon Dieu, Lara?
Jean-Yves, my faithful friend.
I fear this is not a social visit?
Only if you want Von Croy gate-crashing the party.
Von Croy?
I think he was looking for this.
The Amulet of Horus. An almost legendary artifact. So, you have found and opened the tomb of Set. This doesn't bode well. Translating from the Hebrew, he who removes the amulet shall once more release the dark power of Set. And Set saith, I am the shadow across the sun. I am the bringer of plagues. My wrath will consume all lands and shall be ceaseless.
The power to summon the sun god Horus to rebind the evil Set shall only be revealed to the bearer of the amulet within the temple of Semerket at Karnak.
The ceremony is complete as the armor of Horus summons the sun god. The armor of Horus. At the dig site in Alexandria, my men talk fearfully of this.
The armor must also be Von Croy's goal.
Only one so ignorant of the prophecies would dabble with such a prehistoric evil. Ah, yes. Releasing Set. But how could you have known, my dear?
Time to put things right and remove a thorn in my side in the process.
Hey there, Lynch Mob. How's things? Lynchmob just taking a break from playing GTA Online after finding out that if you finish the new heist by yourself, you can't carry more stuff to steal during the heist mission, and after you do complete it, your first time, the payout will decrease a lot more than it was the first time, and they also nerfed and changed the other heists payout. So now a lot of players aren't playing that much until they fix it next week, hopefully. Hopefully so. I can imagine how annoying and frustrating that can be. Especially too when you hope that things that are already working fine and have been continue to just be left alone. So it's unfortunate if new stuff that's coming in affects the old things in a way where it doesn't make it as enjoyable. Ledge Mob, it's really strange behavior for Rockstar as well, because usually when they do drop a new heist, they increase the payouts, so it makes you wonder, maybe this isn't the final heist or mission, so they might add another one before GTA 6 comes out. Comes around the corner. Yeah. Have they actually said anything about what they're doing with the online when GTA 6 comes out? Like, is it going to remain a separate thing from the game? And are they going to do a thing where the character that players have been playing as in the multiplayer ends up moving to Vice City? You know, I mean, that would probably be the easiest sort of like setup to do in terms of like coming up with an idea, you know. Hey there, Vegas. You still here, just lurking and editing? How's the playthrough coming along? Very nice, Vegas. Thank you so much for the lurking. Hopefully the editing is going well. As for this playthrough, it's coming along really nicely, making some good progress. I wanted to do a few hours. Not sure where I'll get up to before I end the stream, but I'll probably go for another hour, I think. See how we do. But the next stream of this, when this is finished, will be on Monday, because I've changed the schedule so that Assassin's Creed streams are now 3 days a week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, instead of just being 2 on the weekend. Agorki, you need my advice on something, if that's okay. Well, without knowing first what you want advice on, it's probably best to just let me know. But yeah, I'll see what I can do. Well, not do, as in like, you know, action, but I mean, what advice I could give, if I can give any. Vegas sounds like a plan. Absolutely. Yeah, this is my favorite game in the series. There's quite a lot to it. However, there's a lot of areas that are interconnected, and so there's backtracking. So if you want to consider it all one big level in the areas in which you backtrack, then there's not as many levels. But if you break it up into each sort of like section, then there's like, I think 38 levels, something like that. Vegas, what makes it your favorite? The story and gameplay as a whole? Yeah, so I really like the setting in Egypt, the whole game, except for the flashback, which takes place in Cambodia. But the majority of the game after that, the whole game actually after that, is set in Egypt, and I really like that setting. I really like the Egyptian mythology and stuff like that. There's also a bit of a horror element to this game story as well, and in the cutscenes that's evoked also. I really like the music in it too, and the other thing that I like about it is the mechanics. By this point in the series, they well and truly cemented them, and Lara feels like she's a faster character at turning around corners in with the tank controls. So overall, from a gameplay perspective, things are a lot smoother. Oh, I see, Gorky. Need my advice on what antivirus to use on your computer. Definitely, not really too sure, to be honest. Um, but I guess it just depends on like what is the most cost effective for you. Like, is the money that it's going to be costing you worth what you get out of it? You know. But yeah, I don't really know um, what ones to recommend or anything like that. But that's okay. That's okay for asking though, Gorky. Like, because I could have known. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't really help. Lynchmob, so far they keep teasing about it because the character Raph that works for Mr. Faber in GTA Online tells your character in a cutscene, if you ever get sick of Los Santos, please let me know and I'll make you disappear. And then the player is free to set the heist up. Oh, I got you, Lynchmob. I wonder then too if they'll allow players to um, go back and forth between Los Santos and Vice City as well. It's funny to think, but of course, like back then, the scale of the games didn't sort of like make this difficult. But in the first GTA game, San Andreas, Liberty City, and oh, what's the other one? Vice City, yeah. They're all in that game, which it wasn't until years and years and years later, because I never originally played GTA 1. The first GTA game I played was GTA 2, and at that point had zero idea about what the names of the places were. And also, in terms of like games that have multiple characters that you play as, the first GTA game to actually have that was the first GTA game. I mean, it wasn't obviously as like in depth as GTA 5 with the multiple characters that you could play as, but still, nonetheless. But even Red Dead Revolver, you don't just play as Red, you play as multiple characters. So I guess GTA 5 is the third game that Rockstar did that has multiple characters that you play as. Although, having said that, there might be some games that they've also done that I haven't played that they probably did that in. I don't know about that game that's based on the movie The Warriors, whether you just play as one of the members of that gang or if you play as several of them. That's okay, Agorki. Yeah, that's probably the best thing about anything that you spend money on. It's like, it's good to make sure that the amount of money that you're spending is worth what you get out of what you're paying for. It's like features, like there's no point getting a piece of technology that has every single feature if there's some that you're not really going to worry about, and if there is an ability to have something that doesn't cost as much and already has those extra things excluded by default, it's best to go with that.
After her!
Okay, so this jump cannot be cleared by doing a swan dive. This is what happens if you try. So we can just do a regular run and jump across that. Lynch Mob, you're pretty sure it's a threat coming from Mr. Faber through Raph, and Raph isn't getting the hints because he likes working for us, but if you pay attention during the last mission with Michael, your character finds out that the men that were sent to kill you work for Mr. Faber. Oh, okay, Lynch Mob. Is he someone that is in the main game? Mr. Faber? Sounds familiar. Vegas, you want that car? Your license plate would say T800. Very nice, Vegas, yeah. Custom plates.
No.
There we go. Our first no for the playthrough. It's not a playthrough or a stream of Tomb Raider if we don't hear that. I mean, in the later games, Lara won't just say no if you try to use an item that's not supposed to be used there, or if you don't even have an item. But yeah.
No. No.
In this game, Lara actually has a few variations.
No. 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 No.
Well, not a few, just two.
No.
Vegas, what are my thoughts on the new Tomb Raider movie coming out? Oh yeah, the series with Sophie Turner. Yeah, I'm not too sure to be honest because I don't really know what the story will be. But apparently, instead of having the Laras that are in different media being different to one another, even though they'll be played by different people, they're supposed to be the same character, like the same version apparently. So in the next Tomb Raider game, the version that you play as is supposed to be the same version that Sophie Turner is playing in the series, I think. Which makes sense because that's the best way to keep it all in track. Because if they have it that the Lara in the games is different to the Lara that's in the series, that could be different to a Lara in the movie, which could be different to the Lara in the Etch a Sketch version, like that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, I am curious to see what the story will be like and all that. I'm more a fan of miniseries because I prefer to have a series that has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Hey Zayas, you never played much of the originals, but in the Hidden City and Shadows of the Tomb Raider. Oh yeah, Zayas. Yeah, the reboot trilogy. Shadow of the Tomb Raider was a good one. I really do like all three of them though, and I'll definitely be doing them as part of this annual series run as well. Lynchmob, they recently put his character in the game, and he was introduced to your character when they added more expensive business properties to buy before they added mansions and the new Heist DLC. Oh, I see, yeah, so a new character, not one that was in GTA 5 or anything. That's fair enough, Lynchmob, yeah. Yeah, Vegas luggage. like in the movie Eraser. I haven't seen that one for a very long time. And thinking about that now, I think that was it 1996 when that came out? If so, that means that movie is celebrating its 30th. Because Tomb Raider and Resident Evil as franchises, they came out in 1996. So they're celebrating their 30ths this year. Oh, it was Vegas, yes, I thought so. Yeah, so 96 for Eraser. Great flick. Yeah, I don't really remember what I thought of it. Because to be honest, I haven't actually seen it, I don't think, since like 1998 or something like that. Lynch Mob, thank you very much for redeeming the Arnie movie scene impression. Thank you. Vegas, it's not his best film, but it's a fun watch. That's fair too as well. You know, sometimes if a movie is just fun, it doesn't matter if, it's a terrible movie or if it's not like a great one. Fun can still be had out of bad movies after all too. Alright, so I've got a scene. Look at this. They're all on a censored list. And look what we have here. This looks like black market clothing. And you wrote the network jingle. Come on, everybody does it. Money. That's what I need. Money. That money's not going to do you any good. You won't be able to do squat. You don't have a travel pass. You do. Now, I do. Let's see. Now, where should we go? Maybe someplace warm. I need to work on my tan anyway. You see, you get so pale in prison. Here you are. Good. Now, I'm going to untie you. And you're going to get dressed. And you're going to come with me. Oh yeah? Well, why should I? Because I'm going to say, please. Well, why didn't you say so? You'll never pull this off, you know. You're unarmed, outnumbered. Face it, you're screwed. So why don't you forget about all this and turn yourself in? You know, you have a very negative attitude. And remember, I can break your neck like a chicken's. Travel pass. What a beautiful day today. I can practically taste the pina coladas already. Right, sweetheart? Miss? Oh, you didn't put it in your purse again, did you? Last vacation, she put my credit cards in there, and we couldn't find them for a week. Oh dear. Could you hold on to this, please? You want to move it up there? We got a plane to catch. Go on, go on. Can't live with them, and you can't live without them. Thank you very much for redeeming that lynch mob. That's from The Running Man. Have to say the original version now, because the newer version came out recent years. Vegas, are you planning on doing another playthrough of the Splinter Cell games before the year ends? Can't remember if you already told me or not. Oh yeah, Vegas, absolutely. Definitely will be, for sure. Yeah. Don't actually know exactly when that will be, but definitely. Vegas, awesome. Yeah, it's a great series too, as well. I've done what I called a carry challenge. I've done it for Splinter Cell and the sequel Pandora Tomorrow. And basically, the first enemy, or at least one of the early enemies of a mission, once they're killed or knocked out, I have to actually carry their body as far as I can until I can't anymore. And then, in the next section, knock out or kill another enemy, and then carry their body, and so on and so forth, all the way through the level until the end. And I was inspired by the mission in Splinter Cell 1 where you actually have to do that as part of a mission. Have to carry an unconscious body all the way to the end of the level. Not from the start of the level, mind you, but at the point in which you knock the guy out, you have to carry his body all the way to the end of the level. And there's multiple enemies to get through and all that kind of stuff. So inspired by that mission, I did it first for Pandora Tomorrow because I had already plotted something for Splinter Cell 1 that year. So I went with Pandora Tomorrow for that. And then last year, I did it with Splinter Cell 1, and I'm going to do it with Chaos Theory this time around. But that Assassin's Creed Chronicles India playthrough I'm doing is actually going to be a carry challenge as well. So in that, I'm going to have to take the unconscious or dead body of an enemy and carry it as far as I can. In the Splinter Cell games where I've done it, and in that game that I'm going to do it in, I'm allowed to put the unconscious body down to deal with enemies and stuff like that, and can even, clear a little bit of an area ahead. But yeah, I have to carry the body to the next part, or as far as possible. I definitely wouldn't go that far, Ugorki. That's for sure. Hipsuit, thank you very much for the 10 stream streak. That is awesome. Thank you. Yay, absolutely. Thank you very much for that. I hope things are going well. That is cool, Hipsuit. That's awesome. That things are pretty good, and you're just making some spaghetti bolognese. Oh, excellent. That is delicious. Love that stuff. If I was told that I could only eat that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I'd be like, yep. Delicious stuff. Alright, so that will result in a neck break. Okay. Just wanted to test. It's a miracle. Lara can run on water. shit. Here we go. This is where I needed to be.
No.
No? I guess not then. Actually, no. I know why. Hang on. That's right. Hippo style key. That's right. Okay. Thank you very much for the follow, Alex. Thank you. Hey, Maxi. Thank you very much for the raid. How was your stream? I hope things went well. Hey, Bearsuit. How's things? For those who didn't come in with the raid, definitely recommend people check out Maxi's channel, doing a playthrough of the remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag at the moment. A great streamer, so definitely recommend. Welcome to my Tomb Raider The Last Revelation Swan Dive Challenge. Similar to the Leapfrog, except instead of having to actually just do a swan dive every single step of the way, it's only for certain jumps that I need to do a swan dive across, or across and down, as long as Lara doesn't die from it, of course. If she dies from it, then I reload and then we just jump normally. Glad to hear that things are going good, Maxi. That is awesome. You just had a quick lunch stream. Oh, very nice. So, how is the game? Like, were you doing main story stuff or doing some like side content? And that's all good for the shout out. Absolutely no worries at all. Tomb Raider 4 is going really well. I wanted to get a head start on Monday's stream next week because I'm going to be doing Assassin's Creed now Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays instead of just on the weekends. So making a bit of a head start on this playthrough is going to be good, given that it'll be a few days between streams for it. But yeah, it's going really good. Bearsuit is going well, thanks. How are you doing now? You finished 3, okay, then since you were last in? Excellent, Bearsuit. Glad to hear that things are going well. That is true, yeah, all finished Tomb Raider 3. And that actually makes it playthrough 58, I do believe, for this year so far. Not the 58th playthrough of Tomb Raider 3, but this year the amount of games that I've done playthroughs of is now 58. Oh, cheers, Maxi. Yeah, I wanted to do something that was another movement-based challenge. You did main mission stuff, finished the mission where you stopped Kid from doing her assassination attempts. Oh, nice. That's really good progress in the story then, to get to that point. Off stream you did side content and also contracts and upgrading the ship. Well, that's a good idea too, as well. It can be good to do that between streams, because then you can dedicate as much time as you need, or if you need to go and quickly do something, or need to go and get something done, at least then you can just, go and do it. Oh yeah, Maxi, that's totally fair. That's no worries at all. I really hope that the rest of your workday goes well. Thank you very much again for the raid, and thank you for leaving the lurk too, as well. So the current schedule is Monday through to Thursdays, Tomb Raider Last Revelation, and Friday through to Sunday is Assassin's Creed Chronicles India. I'll be finishing that game in one stream, I'm pretty sure. Because the carry challenge that I'm doing, it won't be too much of a challenge. I mean, there might be some moments where I fuck up because I think I can carry the body a bit further than I actually can before getting killed, or, desynchronized because I got detected or something like that. But overall, I should still be able to get it done in one stream, I'd say. Hey there, Ave. Welcome on in. The stream is going well, thank you. Tom the Braider is now in Egypt. So it's going good. How about yourself? Ave Tom the Braider braiding the Pharaoh's hair. That is very true, yes. It's very apt, because there's a Pharaoh's knot, which is something that a braider would be able to deal with. Nofray just had a massive mini thunderstorm, some of the loudest thunder and lightning you've ever heard. Lol, it was crazy. Oh, really, Nofray? Hopefully, it'll just be that, and it won't develop into something more. Ave's going alright. On your way home from work, it's been a pretty slow day. Oh, that's fair, Ave. Hopefully, the rest of the day will go really quick. Well, I mean, you're on your way home now, so I guess the work portion of the day is all over, so don't have to worry about the speed at which it's going because it's now stopped. Um, but I'm glad to hear that things are going alright. Nofra, yeah, the thunder and lightning strikes were shaking the apartment and everything, only knocked the power out for a second. Damn. That's very lucky that that's all it was, I mean, that's bad enough, because at the time you just don't know how long it might go out for. Nofra, you're not one that's scared of lightning and thunder, but it was so loud you were scared for the first time. It was a loud. I mean, that's the thing too, like, that kind of sound can just come from out of nowhere as well. Hello again there, Dex. Slow Dex today. That could be like an alt account that you could have on Twitch. Slow Dex.
Miss Croft!
Von Croy.
You sound concerned, my dear. Have you misplaced something?
Nothing I shan't be retrieving at a later date, Lieber.
You know how I admire your perseverance, but I fear this time we may be testing it to the, how would you say, maxim.
Always griping, Werner. If it's the leg causing all this resentment, I seem to remember that being down to your affinity with pulling hazardous levers.
Enough of this tedious banter, Miss Croft. It is time for you to realize... Miss Croft? Now, let us review your sprinting skills.
Alright, this is where I'm going to call it a stream for today. Although, oh yeah, it's still, what is it today? Yeah, it's still Thursday here. I was going to say it's become Friday, but it's still Thursday for another 35 minutes or so. Thank you everyone for watching the stream. I really appreciate it. The next Tomb Raider Last Revelation stream will now be on Wednesday. The next stream that you'll see from me will be Assassin's Creed Chronicles India. So with those games, the Chronicles games, they can be pretty short to finish. So it could very well be that my Friday stream will be Chronicles India, but also maybe starting Chronicles Russia as well. But we'll just have to wait and see. But in any case, if you see me streaming any Assassin's Creed game, then it means it's my Friday stream. Before I end, I want to give a shout out to some streamers I like to recommend. That's all good for the stream, Schiller. No worries at all, dude. And that's okay, Clone Wolf, for the stream. I hope that you have a good one. Would definitely like to recommend people check out RV, who's been doing Night in the Woods. Barnes has been playing a game called A Castle Full of Cats. Hipsuit has been doing Overwatch. I'm in a Bear Suit is playing The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past on actual SNES hardware. Crocodiles is doing a playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2, a 100% checklist playthrough. Lucinda is doing a playthrough of the remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Pretty Leviathan was doing some God of War 2018. Dex has been playing the remake of Black Flag as well. Shillerlock has also been playing the remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Vegas was last doing Killer Frequency. Will soon be doing Resident Evil 4 remake. And Zamaxi is also doing a playthrough of the remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag as well. That's all good for the streamer, Gorky. No trouble at all. And no worries at all for the shout out, Schiller. Thank you once again, everyone, for watching the stream. I hope that everyone has a great rest of your day or night, whichever the case may be, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you, Schiller. I definitely will have a good one for sure. Thank you.